It's Pro-Wrestling Rushmore. Hello, humanoids. This is Ian from Squared Circle History, and I am here to ask you to choose your four. It's Pro-Wrestling Rushmore. Welcome to the only podcast that picks a topic and lets you, the fans, decide who ends up on our Mount Rushmore. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, Brian.
Ian, what's going on, man? How's it going?
Oh, it's just another day in the neighborhood. Now, you gotta know, the question I ask you all the time, what wrestling shirt are you wearing today?
Today, I have my American Nightmare Cody shirt, the Bullet Club one, the blue on top, white in the middle, and the red skull.
All right. That's from his short-lived stint with the Bullet Club.
Yep.
It's not the new handy-dandy American Family tattoo that he has on his neck.
What a tattoo. No, it's,
Yeah.
it's the old one. New Japan one, I believe, right?
Yeah, and Brian, it looks pretty soft.
It's not.
No?
Want to feel it? Feel it. You're the judge.
Let me see.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't think it's quite soft style. Did you get it from Hot Topic?
I did get it from Hot Topic, actually.
Yeah, they're kind of soft style. I'm
Really?
definitely wearing a soft style shirt. I am wearing my On the Mark Shirts Harley Race shirt here.
Looks like the kid from that Santa movie.
From that Santa movie. And he was also in The Hangover, too, with the taser, right? Didn't he tase out?
No, was he? Was that him?
Wasn't
No.
that? No?
The kid with in the Santa Claus movie there.
Yeah.
The one with Billy Bob Thornton. The curly-haired kid.
Yeah, I know. I think that might be the same kid.
Really? In The Hangover?
Possibly.
No, that kid had straight hair, man.
No.
That kid in The Hangover had straight hair.
Did he?
I'm telling you.
All right, we're going to have to go back and watch The Hangover.
I know that because my son gives me the stare sometimes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your son tases you.
No, he does not tase me.
That would
Although he and the wife might want to sometimes.
Well, they might tase you if you play your music too loud.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro. Well, today's topic is the Mount Rushmore of theme music. Now, Brian, are you a music fan?
I'm a music fan.
Yeah? Who do you like? Who are some of the bands that you like?
Oh boy, you put me on the spot. I like Guns N' Roses, man.
Guns
I'm a
N'
big
Roses.
Guns N' Roses fan.
Yep.
Big Poison guy.
Yep.
Mikey from the Streets is gonna love that.
Oh, yeah.
He
Shout
loves
out.
Poison.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of 80s hair bands, man.
Yeah.
I enjoy the 80s hair band.
Yeah. I'm a big classic rock fan myself, stoner rock fan. I love everything from Black Sabbath and Dio to the grunge movement. I love Alice in Chains. And modern bands, I love Clutch. But here we're talking about wrestling theme songs. And here today to read our list, as always, the lovely, the talented Sara.
Hey guys, what's up?
Let's begin the construction of the Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling theme music.
Our first list comes to us from Pat R. from Fall River. On his list is Edge's Metalingus by Alter Bridge, Hulk Hogan's Real American, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and Stone Cold Steve Austin's Glass Shatters.
I like this subject, Ian. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think you said it earlier. It's gonna be a sleeper episode.
I think so too. I think people are, I think people might want to pass on this one initially, but I think we're gonna make this one fun. And speaking of making things fun, Pat R. is kicking off our list here, and the first song that he mentions is Edge's theme song, Metalingus by Alter Bridge. It certainly breathed new life into Edge when he turned heel. What do you think about this song?
Which one is that?
That's the
it?
one. On this day.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. What was the one before that though? Wasn't that Alter Bridge also?
No, that was just like the You Think You Know. Oh no,
You Think You Know Me.
He had Rob Zombie.
Was that Rob Zombie?
He had
I
the
don't
Rob.
You know more
Never
about
Gonna
these.
Stop.
Yeah, Never Gonna Stop.
Yeah. So he had the Rob Zombie one before that. He just had the regular You Think You Know Me.
You know these artists more better than I do, man. Give me a song, I'll like it, I don't like it, don't ask me who the artist is.
Well, I know you're going to like the next one that Pat R. mentioned. Hulk Hogan's theme song, Real American by Rick Derringer, which was actually intended to be the theme song of the U.S. Express. Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda.
Okay. I can see that.
But Hulk Hogan heard it, and he said, "That's mine, brother."
Of course he did. Dude.
Hey, he's got the pull. Why not?
Well, you know what? I think that song will be there in the end, because it's purely Hulk Hogan. I don't know that the song was actually really good,
Oh, no, that song's classic.
Yeah, you like
the
song.
That's a classic song.
You don't like the song because of who came out to it, though? So if the Express had it,
yeah,
do you think you would like the song just as much? And do you think you'd think it
was
a great
there's
song?
definitely a bias because of the association with Hulk Hogan.
Right.
But if that song came on the radio, especially in the 80s, when it was rah, 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 tough guy America, I think that song would have been a hit anyway.
Okay.
And Rick Derringer had some hits too. And I believe you said that this song was going to make it to the end. And speaking about songs that make it to the end, The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony. He's had so many different variations of the song, but if it's got a gong in it, then we're going to consider it The Undertaker's theme song.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I mean, Undertaker songs are Undertaker songs. Even when he was with the Ministry, it was a little different in the middle there, but I think it still kept the same pace as the Dong. The Dong.
Taker's Dong was still there,
dong.
So...
Not my Dong dingbat. No, but, I consider that what you were saying, I consider the Ministry song incorporated into the Dong. It's all in the same, It's a big Dong.
It's just we're gonna take all those songs and throw them into
What's
one
the name
big
of it?
Taker Dong.
You said what the name of it
was. The Graveyard Symphony.
All right, the Graveyard Symphony.
I
that.
got that from the initial WWF The Music Volume 1 release. Did you have any of the wrestling CDs?
Nope.
You didn't have any of them?
Not that one. I had the ECW one.
Okay.
The ECW soundtrack is the only wrestling CD I've ever bought.
Oh, so you didn't buy the WCW Slam Jam album?
I didn't. You know what, man? But
if it was available today, even on iTunes, I'd buy that now.
Yeah.
There's so many classic songs on there.
Absolutely.
I hope some of them wind up on this list. We'll get back to wrestling albums a bit later, because let's finish Pat R's list here with Stone Cold Steve Austin's iconic Glass Shatters theme song. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. The song is Glass Shatters. As soon as you hear the glass, it's your ass.
So yeah, Austin, did he nail that list aside from Edge to me, I think?
Hogan, Taker, Austin, I can absolutely see those at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Edge will be there at the end, but that's,
No, but if he had that theme song longer, maybe it would have been even more iconic, because it's a great song, which makes a great entrance. Do you think a song can make or break a wrestler?
Yep.
Absolutely.
100%, man.
100%. It can make a guy it can make a boring guy interesting, or it can make an interesting guy terrible. And someone who fits that criteria with a song is going to come up later in the list. You're not going to believe what song it is, but anyway. Sarah, could you please read the next list for us?
Next up is Shep from Shepland with the Fabulous Freebirds' Bad Street USA, Nature Boy Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra, Hulk Hogan's Real American, and Steve Austin's Glass Shatters.
Okay, Shep from Shepland coming up with a classic, the Fabulous Freebirds' Bad Street USA. I think that's the first theme song sung by a wrestler / wrestlers. Do you have fond memories of the Bad Street USA song?
Yup. Love that song, man. It's, so iconic for those guys. And I feel like a song should represent the person coming out, obviously.
Definitely.
For example, Earthquakes had the rumbling and the doom, doom. Bad Street great. USA represented the Freebirds, man. And I don't think that anybody could have done a better job. They sang the song, right?
They absolutely.
So there you go. Michael Hayes, awesome in that. I like the Freebirds as a tag team, to be honest.
Sure.
But yeah, that song, definitely. I wish. Spoiler. It just did not make the list.
It didn't make your list.
I just cut it out right in front of you. What, 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, I know. I just had to.
Right? No, I know. Right before this.
Dramatic, because that's oh my god! You're thinking about theme songs. That's legendary right there.
Yeah, right before this podcast went on the air, I crossed them off.
Yeah.
It's probably regrettably so.
It's almost as heartbreaking as when we realized that neither one of us put the Bad Street USA shirt on our Mount Rushmore t-shirts.
That's
okay,
true.
so Shep also brings up another iconic song, Nature Boy Ric Flair's song. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Also, Sparok Zarathustra?
What is that? That's
That
song?
would be the name of the song.
Yeah.
It is, of course, a classical music piece. And
Can we just call it a nature song?
from this point forward, we're just
All
saying
right.
Nature Boy Ric Flair's theme song. Ric Flair's theme song, for sure. Because, in our old age, we lose our breath much quicker than we used to. Shep also mentions Hulk Hogan's Real American and Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. Heavy hitters right there. I think they're gonna make it to the end.
Yeah, those two at least.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Sarah, who's next?
Cashman in Plymouth brings us Hulk Hogan's Real American, Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra, NWO theme song, and Steve Austin's Glass Shatters.
Okay, Cashman here. He's got another vote for Hulk Hogan's Real American, another vote for Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, another vote for Ric Flair's theme song, and debuting on the list here, how could we forget, the NWO theme song.
Yeah, man.
In 1996, with all of the NWO attacks, you heard that song almost every 5-10 minutes on Nitro. As the group grew, the song was heard more often.
And boy, did the group grow.
Yes, it did. You know a song that didn't make it onto this list, that I'm surprised didn't make it on here, was the Wolfpack theme song.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand it's the Mount Rushmore themes, but I'm just
no,
thinking
it's not even about the Mount Rushmore themes. That song just came after, like you said. That group grew so out of hand, and the Wolfpack was the second coming of the NWO, right? I think
Yeah.
it was NWO Part 2,
Yes.
rebooted.
Yes. But they were back causing mass destruction.
Stop it.
Will you stop? Okay. Who do we have next, Sarah?
Mike the Wolverine has on his Mount Rushmore Hulk Hogan's Real American, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, and Macho Man Randy Savage's Pomp and Circumstance.
Okay, so debuting on the list here, Macho Man Randy Savage's Pomp and Circumstances. I can't go to a graduation without thinking, ooh, yeah. How about yourself, Brian?
Yeah, definitely. Another great song, great entrance song.
Yeah.
But if the Macho Man didn't have that song,
Yes.
and if someone else had
And
it,
it was, yeah.
I mean, would you think of it as a great song to come out to?
That's an example of a wrestler making a theme song, making the best of, well, heck, he might have even chosen that music to come out to, but no, he just made that music cool. If, say, Bob Backlund had that song, I don't really think it would have been as effective, but hey, who knows?
I get it. I get what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, I love that song too. I don't know, just not on my
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, it was, when I was making this list, it was on my short list of like 7 songs that came up, and it just unfortunately didn't make the cut. But Mike the Wolverine with his votes here, Mike the Wolverine here adding numbers to Hulk Hogan's Real American, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. Wow, I thought the ECW list saw some clean sweeps, but this list, we're getting a lot of repeats.
Yeah, I think we can obviously who's going to be there at the end. Speaking of ECW, no ECW songs on this thing yet?
So far, no.
Do you think that's because they're mainstream songs though, or in
Maybe
other words,
because people didn't realize, like, oh, hey, if this song's on the radio, it must be disqualified from a wrestling list. Like, a song that wasn't mentioned on here was Tom Sawyer by Rush.
Okay.
Kerry Von Erich came out to. Stranglehold by Ted Nugent that Kevin Von Erich came out to. I mean, there are songs that are coming up. There are real songs that you could hear on the radio.
Right. So you're saying that they are on the list.
There are songs on here, yes,
All right, I see what
that
you're
you can just turn on.
Right.
Any radio station, classic rock station, because classic rock songs seem to make awesome theme music. But then again, maybe it's because that's when wrestling was really picking up steam,
Yeah.
was during the rise of classic rock anyway.
Definitely our era, anyway. You know.
Oh, absolutely. And even ECW, like, yeah, we had a good time with the ECW episode last week. But even in the 90s, with the resurgence of wrestling, the big boom once again, we heard more mainstream music in wrestling thanks to ECW. Sarah, save me from my tongue getting tied here. Who do we have next on our list?
Next, we have Jeffy from the Riv. Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, NWO theme song, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy.
Okay, Jeffy from the Riv. He's giving us some of our greatest hits here. Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, the NWO theme song, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony. But, debuting on the list here, the iconic Heartbreak Kid's Sexy Boy. I assume he's referring to the one sung by Shawn Michaels himself, but what about the one sung by Sherry? I believe that is an underrated classic right there.
Yep, I agree. And you know what? It probably does belong there. You know, that was what an iconic song. The one sung by Sherry was the better one.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
Yeah. And you gotta think about it. That song, I mean, when, the one that Sherry sang debuted in 1992. And now here we are all these years later still talking about a variation of the song, which was the more iconic version of the song, the one sung by Shawn Michaels. But there was a time when they were trying to give him a new theme song, and not even, it was before the DX one, it was sometime in 1997, they were experimenting with a new song, but it just didn't pick up, because how can you forget the iconic sounds of Sexy Boy?
Right. You can't.
I was driving around one day, and there was a guy driving around in his Jeep blasting that song. And I kind of wanted to tell him, dude, you look ridiculous right now with that song playing. But hey, no, he was rocking it. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him, man. Maybe he thinks he's a sexy boy.
Maybe he does.
Great.
It's certainly possible. Do you ever imagine a song playing in your head when you're walking around, like either whether it be work or on the street, or you have like a theme song for a certain mood?
No.
No, you've never.
So you walk to your own beat.
Yeah, sometimes like if I'm walking from my car to my destination, wherever it may be, I'll have a song in my head, and I'll think,
Now, which song is
my It's usually a Stone Cold entrance.
Oh.
Yeah, it's usually a Stone Cold entrance. I'm rolling up everywhere. Here I am. Real intense.
Can't say I've done that.
Wow.
But I probably will now, just because you have it in my head.
Well, yeah, now you gotta walk around with a wrestling theme song in your head.
Probably
Hopefully it's a good...
Mr. Rotman. Mr. Rotman's a very nice man.
I've been trying to get Mr. Rotman to contribute to one of these lists, but he's just not having any of them.
Nah.
Oh, well, that's alright. So, who do we have next, Sarah?
Mikey from the Streets votes for Hulk Hogan's Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, Hulk Hogan's Real American, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, and Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra.
Alright, our good friend Mikey from the Streets here. Another vote for Hulk Hogan's Real American. Another vote for Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. Another vote for Ric Flair's theme song. And here's an interesting one. A vote for Hulk Hogan's Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. See, there's a real song right there that could be on the radio.
Yeah, see, that was during the Paul Orndorff feud, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Didn't they actually go at it about someone stealing their song? Wasn't that the song that?
Well, Orndorff stole Hogan's theme music. Yes.
Which was
Eye of the Tiger.
All
yes.
Right. That was in that storyline somewhere. That was a great feud, man. I like that Hogan Orndorff.
That was an underrated feud.
It was, right?
Yeah. 1986. You see? Here I am with the dates again.
Doing those dates.
Okay, we are just flying through these lists. Sarah, who do we have next?
Our next list comes to us from Bobby on the Beat. Hulk Hogan's Real American, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra, and Steve Austin's Glass Shatters.
Okay, here we go. Bobby. He might have nailed it right here. He's got Hulk Hogan's Real American. He's got The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony. He's got Ric Flair's theme song. And he's got Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. That might be the Mount Rushmore right there.
Yep, I would say so.
Bobby nails it. Like he
nailed two, didn't he?
Yeah, this is the second one he nailed.
But did he get everyone right on the first time? The first one?
The first episode he didn't. The second one he did. The third episode he got 3 out of the 4, and now this one, I think he
got every T-shirt right.
He got every T-shirt right. I believe it was. Wow. Yeah, he got every T-shirt right. Insane. He's a savant.
Yeah.
He's a Mount Rushmore savant. Okay, Sarah, who do we have next?
Johnny D brings us D-Generation X's Break It Down, Hollywood Hogan's Voodoo Child by Jimi Hendrix, Mick Foley's Wreck, and Stacy Keibler's Legs by Kid Rock.
Okay, first time submitting a list. We got Johnny D here. And the first song on his list, D-Generation X's Break It Down.
Okay.
That's a classic song right
That's
there.
a classic song.
When you think about the boom period of the Attitude Era, that's another song that has stood the test of time. It's still here to this day. I'm surprised like a more mainstream band hasn't covered it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it was during the grunge period, right? Wasn't that
Well, post-grunge.
post-grunge?
Post-grunge,
It had
yeah.
that gritty feel. Maybe it was just looking at the bands. that had
Yeah,
that
it was
gritty
kind of like a, they had like a Rage Against the Machine kind of vibe.
kind of,
to
yeah.
it.
Didn't the lead singer pass away?
I know somebody from the band
I think it
did.
was the lead singer.
Wow.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
A few years back.
And this is great. This whole list that Johnny D submitted, all songs that have not been mentioned yet, and mostly all songs that I feel,
Good.
they deserve a mention. Like when Hollywood Hogan used "Voodoo Child" by Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, man.
That
was awesome.
rocked. That was
And it fits so well, didn't it?
such an awesome entrance, taking off the belt and strumming it like a guitar. Hulk Hogan's probably the only person that... Well, no, because somebody else is doing it nowadays.
Who?
Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, that's right.
He's
is.
strumming the guitar belt. How about Mick Foley's theme song, which is called Wreck, I learned.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah. And then how about when Stacy Keibler came out to Legs by Kid Rock?
was that Kid Rock?
Well, it was originally
ZZ Top,
ZZ Top,
right.
but then they had Kid Rock redo it for their Forcible Entry album.
Forcible Entry.
I am
huh?
sure they regret that name, but yeah, that's a real thing. Great album, horrendous name. And speaking, this is a great time to go back and talk about the wrestling albums that came out. There was the initial wrestling album with Real American on it. It had Nikolai Volkov singing on it. Mean Gene had a song on there. Even Hillbilly Jim had a song on that
Oh,
album.
Pile Driver. That was the
Pile
second
Driver
one.
was the second album.
That was. If
that-
there was. See, I wish I could put that whole album.
Yeah,
Give me one space, and I'll just use that whole album.
yeah,
That's one of my Rushmores.
yeah. Because Strike Force, Girls in Cars.
Cars.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Akeem, Jive Soul Bro. Well, actually, it was initially for Slick, but it's still synonymous with Akeem as well. And then we didn't see any WWF albums, but believe it or not, this whole wrestling album thing goes even further back than that. The early '80s, they were coming out with these albums in Japan. There's a classic one for Hulk Hogan. There's another classic one with Terry Funk singing Barbra Streisand's Nose.
Is that the one you sent me?
Absolutely.
Copy of on YouTube?
Oh yes, Terry
So that
Funk.
was only released in Japan.
That was a Japan vinyl release.
I'm sure you've looked for it.
I have looked for it. Yeah, it's going for like $100 on
Oh,
eBay.
that's it. That'll probably be a collector's item.
It already is. Are you kidding me?
$100 really isn't bad, and you get to listen to Terry Funk's voice singing you to sleep at night.
The wonderful sound of the crooning of Mr. Funk. Even before, around that time as well, World Class Championship Wrestling came out with an album with the singer Glenn Goza, with the song "Heaven Needed a Champion" in memory for David Von Erich, and wrestling. I'm going to wrestling.
I don't remember
You
that.
don't remember that one either? Well, I know you remember the WCW Slam Jam album.
Yeah, man.
Great songs on there.
I should have picked that up.
That was great. A Man Called Sting. That's a great song. And then, of course, we discussed the ECW album, and nowadays WWE still releasing albums. Still,
You know who had a sneaky good song?
who's that?
The Steiner Brothers.
Yes.
In WWE.
Oh, the WWE one?
Yes.
Oh, jeez, I'm talking about the WCW one. You're
No,
talking
it was like the Michigan. Yeah, but it wasn't like
the Michigan fight theme.
Was it exactly the Michigan fight theme?
I believe
I
it
think there was like
was.
a little bit of remix in there.
Oh, okay. You would know
I
football way better than me.
I think. I just liked it. I mean, maybe I just really like the Michigan fight theme.
That's possible
I
too.
never really thought about it.
We all know about JR's affection for the Oklahoma fight theme.
That's true.
Yeah. So
Boomer Sooner.
I was
Boomer Sooner.
I sure hope JR has never been like kicked out of a football game just for just standing over the fence, just watching the kids playing football. Hey, what's that guy in the cowboy hat doing?
Scouting.
All right, Sarah, who do we have next?
Next, we have Angie from Tiverton, with Edge's Metalingus by Alter Bridge, Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down, CM Punk's Cult of Personality by Living Colour, and Mrs. I Came to Play.
Okay, another first-timer to our list, Angie from Tiverton. She gives another vote to Edge's Metalingus.
Which one is that? Same as Pat?
Yeah, the same one.
Okay.
The Alter Bridge song. Then we have 3 songs that have not been mentioned yet. 1 song that I am shocked has not been mentioned yet. Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say Christian.
Christian.
It's like,
Yeah, the Brood version.
right.
Oh, the Brood song.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised nobody mentioned that. That's a classic one. What do we have? Oh, Angie. Yes, she mentions when CM Punk used Cult of Personality by Living Colour. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Perfect for him after giving the iconic speech on Raw, but he was even using that in Ring of Honor in 2005.
Did he?
Yeah, when he won the title, when everybody thinking it was his final night with the promotion, and then he swerved everybody, turned heel, and said, "I'm taking the belt with me to WWE unless somebody can beat me for it."
Right.
And then the whole summer, they called it the Summer of Punk, and everybody was just chasing for the belt.
No good.
Yeah, it was.
Who finally beat him for it?
Jamie Noble.
Really?
Yeah. When he was James Gibson.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. He didn't have it for long though. Then he lost it to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Was Nydia with him?
No, unfortunately, Nydia was not there.
Damn it.
Hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Tajiri spit mist in her eyes or something like that. And then here's one that I'm sure is going to be number 1 on your Mount Rushmore. The Miz's I Came to Play.
I don't mind it. because
Really?
I like the Miz.
Oh wow, that's
I know.
hilarious because I was ragging on Angie for picking that one.
Well,
but-
I mean, I wouldn't put on mine or anything like that. But I don't hate the song.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to sit here and ridicule it. You know what I mean?
Sure. No, I mean, hey, it's on her list. It's the only vote for the Mrs. theme song,
I can see that.
but you know,
I mean, I'm sure. Believe me. Like, so can I just tell you what I'm doing here today?
yeah, absolutely.
Besides a podcast.
I was gonna say, why that's another reason why you're here.
No. So
That's a good way to like off me, like in a mob movie.
all right.
What do you mean? Why you here? Why you here?
So I'm making 2 lists today.
You make 2 lists.
Yeah.
You're breaking the rules here.
I know I'm breaking the
You
rules.
could have
but
just
you know what?
submitted as like a
It's
fake name.
Well, it's our podcast and we can do what we want. So
Okay, sure.
I mean, I remember having a little bit of a disagreement with Mike the other night here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he said, is it main music or is it? It's like, what is it? Is it music that you like or was it music that may have made a lot of money and was the defining song of that era or that person or whoever?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, a lot of the songs that were on my Mount Rushmore were songs that I liked.
Okay.
I like those songs and I believe that they belong on my Mount Rushmore.
Sure. Your
But-
personal Mount Rushmore.
My personal. And that's, just for sentimental reasons, I
Okay.
guess,
Yeah.
They're all pretty much 80s wrestling theme songs.
That's cool.
But I made another list of, like, the main songs that,
Yeah.
like the real Mount Rushmore, like what people are
Sure. You have 2 playlists.
I do. I
Okay.
do. So, one's the main one and one
Yeah.
is my own. And-
Okay.
Alright. That's what I'm going to do later.
Oh, that's later.
That's when you
Oh,
ask
okay.
when you ask me to reveal my Mount Rushmore. I'm
Oh,
gonna do
okay,
both
cool.
of them.
Great.
And I'm gonna play some because some people may not know.
Yeah, that's
song.
cool. Do whatever. We have plenty of freedom here. It's a beautiful thing. And speaking of a beautiful thing, Sarah, can you read the submission from the innovator of violence, Tommy Dreamer?
Tommy's Mount Rushmore has The Sandman's Enter Sandman by Metallica, Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and The Road Warriors' Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Okay, so Tommy Dreamer submits a list and doesn't put himself on it. Bravo, Tommy. Bravo. But he does put on here The Sandman's Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yep.
Arguably the greatest entrance in wrestling history.
Nice. Inarguably.
I say
come
arguably
on,
because we're
man.
gonna argue about it soon.
Well, I mean, I think it was.
Yeah.
Probably the.
And part of it's because of that music.
And there was no smoke. There was no pyro.
No, there's cigarette smoke.
There was cigarette smoke, yeah, and beer. You know what I mean? But like, think about that. There was no glitz and glamour.
Yeah, it was just the Sandman, the common man, not the common man Dusty Rhodes, maybe the common man of the '90s here, but yikes. Let's see. So Tommy also mentions Ric Flair's theme song. He also has a vote for the Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and here's a great one that I turned a few people on to right before the last show. The Road Warriors, when they came out to Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Yep.
The crowd erupts. And I think a little bit of that is because of the energy of the Road Warriors, and of course the energy of the mighty Black Sabbath.
Yeah, that was when you showed me that was goosebumps right there, man. That's good stuff.
And now we're thinking about this. What do you think makes a good theme song?
Like I said earlier, just representing the character that's using the song.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, his is a bad one.
Okay, let's hear it.
The Red Rooster. That song sucks.
Yeah.
It's awful, but it's representative of the Red Rooster. Right?
Sure. One that I had on my list of bad theme songs was Henry Godwin. Just like the pigs just snorting.
Yeah, but you know what? The second one that he had with Phineas when they turned heel.
When they were Southern Justice?
Southern Justice, man.
Yeah, they were cool.
That was a good song.
Yeah, that's a cool
entrance.
version of them. I would definitely say that.
How about American Males?
American Males. There's a lot of controversy in their song, isn't there?
Yeah. I don't remember the line right now, but that line was something like, ladies, if they come to you and talk, you better not listen, or you'll end up in critical condition.
Oh boy.
That's
American Males. You have a situation
maybe
on your
not verbatim,
hands.
but that is a line in that song.
I just thought of another bad theme song. How about Diesel's initial theme song of just the revving engine?
Yeah, didn't the horn come on first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad. Isaac Yankem with the drill.
Oh, the drill was awful. There was another one that I was just thinking of. I can't remember what it was.
There's a few, man.
Repo Man had a memorable song.
I like the Repo Man.
Oh my
Doink's
goodness.
song was great.
Doink had a good one. What about when the fans took over after WrestleMania with the Fandango theme song?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not a fan though of fans like getting over.
Right. I'm not a fan of the
wrestlers.
Fandango song to begin with. But when the fans did that was pretty cool moment.
Yeah, it was interesting. Oh, I just remember the song that I was thinking about. Sergeant Slaughter's heel theme song.
Oh, just the drum.
Just the drum roll.
Oh, that was annoying.
I'm wondering if we have to credit long-time WWE employee Jim Johnson for coming up with that gem.
Drums.
What
do you have, Jimmy?
The constant drums.
Drums.
But I did like that scene in Beyond the Mat when it's showing him coming up with the theme song for Vader. He's just talking about how Vader stomps from side to side.
Right, and I guess that's what I was getting at when I said, someone that makes the song that makes the wrestler.
Right. I almost forgot that I had asked you that question.
Oh, well, you did. But yeah, so that scene is exactly what I meant.
Well, thank you for the confirmation. That's fantastic.
You can cut that out. Man.
No way, that's awesome. That's what we call that a natural moment. Okay, Sarah, who do we have next?
Simon from the Naked High votes for Mr. McMahon's No Chance in Hell, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, Hulk Hogan's Real American, and Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy.
Simon from the Naked High. He brings to us Mr. McMahon's No Chance in Hell. It's the first time we've heard that one on this list, and that's a pretty iconic song with an iconic walk to go along with it.
Probably because he covers it.
So we found out recently that the lead singer from the Naked High, Simon, is also in a band called the WrestleManiacs, where they all dress up as wrestlers and cover classic and iconic wrestling theme music. And yes, one of them is Mr. McMahon's No Chance in Hell. Another one is another vote for Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. I don't believe they cover Hulk Hogan's Real American, but Simon does vote for that. And Simon votes for Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy. So that song gets another.
I'm surprised only
vote.
2 so far.
Yeah.
But, you know, let's see what happens. How many we have left? Does he have time to still get there? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
He does. All right, Sarah, let's keep this train going and let's get to the end here. Who do we have next?
Next, we have Nikki Homicide, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, Mick Foley's Wreck, Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down, and The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony.
Nikki Homicide. She's got a vote for Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, another vote for Mick Foley's Wreck, another vote for Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down, and yet another vote for The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony.
The dong is there again.
The dong has risen
I don't think
again.
the dong is going anywhere anytime soon. It'll be there at the end.
Maybe that dong got some of that blue chew. Oh boy. Sarah, who do we have next?
The next submission comes to us from On the Mark Shirts, with Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra, The Road Warriors' Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Junkyard Dog's Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, and the Fabulous Freebirds' Bad Street USA.
Okay, On the Mark Shirts. I'm actually wearing a shirt from On the Mark Shirts, so that works out great. And what I like about On the Mark Shirts is that we have an old school approach to this list here, so you're really going to like these entries here. We have another vote for the Ric Flair theme song, another vote for the Road Warriors, Black Sabbath's Iron Man. Then we have a vote for When the Junkyard Dog came out to Queen's Another One Bites the Dust. I don't know if you're familiar with that one.
I know Queen.
Oh, I know you know Queen. I just didn't know if you knew the Junkyard Dog came out to it.
Well, yeah, I knew he came out to it for a little while. They didn't come out to it for long, though, right?
No, just while he was in like Mid-South.
The Terry Funk.
Mid-South.
Is it Terry Funk feud he had?
He did have the feud with Terry
And he
Funk.
came out to that song, didn't he? Or was the Valentine feud?
He might have come out... Because I know in the beginning, he definitely came out to that song in WWF. And there was some point where they switched it around to Grab Them Cakes. But I think he had Grab Them Cakes when he was feuding with Harley Race.
How would that go? I don't remember that song.
Grab them cakes.
Nope.
No, you don't remember that?
Nope.
And I don't believe I mentioned it yet, but On the Mark Shirts with another vote for the Fabulous Freebirds, Bad Street USA. Dope, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I had room for Bad Street USA. But,
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, people are probably going to laugh at my songs, like my own list.
Okay.
But, man, if you think about it, and you go back to the 80s, and, like, those songs were so fitting for these guys, it's good stuff.
I think they had the right minds involved that knew that
Right.
music can make a character.
Yeah.
And I believe, too, even if you need inspiration for a character, just listen to music. Listen to a song and form your own character based on the...
Yeah, but, I mean, these guys had to make this music for these
Well,
wrestlers,
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm talking about reverse engineering here.
oh, well.
Sarah, who do we have next?
TTD Wrestling brings us Hulk Hogan's Real American, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, and DX's Break It Down.
So we have TTD Wrestling, a great graphic designer. You really need to check out TTD Wrestling on Instagram. Some really cool designs of some of the legends and some of the current stars in the WWE. But they have a vote for Hulk Hogan's Real American, The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, and another one for DX's Break It Down.
That could be, I mean, no, DX's Breakdown hasn't been on the list enough to be there at the end. But those other three, they're definitely there at the end. I mean,
Austin, Taker,
you can
Hogan.
tell already so far.
Yeah.
DX, like I said, I liked it. I liked the song. It fit them. Not on mine.
Do you remember when Run DMC did a variation of the DX theme song?
Nope, I don't.
You don't remember this?
I don't.
Oh yeah, early 2000. They came out with an all rap album. So it wasn't forcible entry, it was aggression.
Really?
Yeah, Run DMC did a DX theme
Was
song.
it any good?
It was catchy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty catchy. It definitely worked for X-Pac. He jumped around like a maniac to that one.
See if I can. Let's hear a little bit of it.
Let's hear it.
Is this it?
That's it, yeah, that's it.
Battery 30%.
Oh, that's
Connected
fantastic.
to Brian's iPhone.
You know who had a big hand in a lot of the theme music of the wrestlers was Jimmy Hart, the Mouth of the South.
I did hear that. He wrote a lot of the songs.
A
Didn't he?
lot of the songs, and some of the iconic ones like the Honky Tonk Man's song, and then when he went over to WCW, he really revamped a lot of the theme music.
Right.
They also had the rights to, well, I don't know if they had the rights to them or not, but they used, say, Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit theme, as well as Pearl Jam's Even Flow. If you watch Nitro and you listen to the music, you're gonna hear a lot of like grunge songs, just Jimmy Hart playing them over, or
Right.
somebody else that Jimmy Hart knows playing them over.
You know who has that now? Is Darby Allin.
Darby Allin.
He's
Yeah.
Like it's got that WCW
Vibe.
like late '90s feel.
Yeah.
Song.
He's definitely an interesting character, and the music suits him well. He's got a great entrance too. I think.
Yeah, you're a big Darby Allin guy.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
Yeah.
good. I mean, he's a good talent.
he takes a beating, man. He certainly takes a beating. But Jimmy Hart, yeah, he's been in the music industry for years and years and years. He was there for the rise of rock and roll, and thankfully he was.
Do you think a lot of all right?
Yeah.
So, do you know what the age group that listens to this podcast?
To this
is?
podcast? No, but I believe it's a lot of like 20s, 30s.
So the mid 20s, early 20s.
Yes.
Do you think they know a lot of these songs that we're kind of talking about?
They may not. The music
They may not,
industry has changed.
So they don't even So if we're throwing out just like the Run DMC DX song, I had no
Sure.
idea. Like they
Yeah.
probably don't know.
No, but if they're listening to
They
this
probably
show,
don't know the original DX.
no, they probably don't either. But I was surprised by some of the people that knew some of the songs on here. Okay, Sarah, who do we have next?
Next, we have Package Pile Driver Tees with Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, Gorillas of Destiny Guerrilla Tactics, Samoa Joe's Destroyer, and DX's Break It Down.
Package Pile Driver Tees. Oh boy. Brian, we have a vote here for Samoa Joe's WWE theme song.
No.
Yes,
No.
we do. Yes, we do.
Why?
Well, Package Pile Driver Tees, whether it's a
Oh,
rib or not,
no.
we gotta vote for it.
I mean, and I've been saying this for a long time. When that song comes on, I can picture Samoa Joe in a Sherlock Holmes costume with a stupid little hat.
Absolutely.
And the checkered cape and
Yes.
with magnifying glass. Like
Yep.
a gumshoe. You
Absolutely.
know what
Pulls the magnifying glass up and says, "I'm looking for a fight."
I mean? Like a sleuth.
The Super Samoan sleuth.
Yeah, no, man. It's that first. It's not the horn at the beginning.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom. Yeah.
And would you believe the name of the song is Destroyer?
Destroy what? I mean, seriously, it's so bad.
Yeah, we've had some good times making fun of that song. But Package Pile Driver Tees also has a vote for Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. He's got the hat on.
Right there.
The cape on.
That part right there.
Yeah.
That's gumshoe Samoa Joe. Where in the world is Samoa Joe?
And it's too bad because when he was in Ring of Honor, he had an awesome, awesome theme song. It was the Booyah Tribe and Faith No More did a collaboration for the movie, or the soundtrack to the movie Judgment Night. And it was called Another Body Murdered.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool song. Ring of Honor Samoa Joe was an absolute animal. And
I've heard this. I watched his Lethal Lockdown match with Angle, even though I know that was TNA. It wasn't Ring of Honor.
Sure.
But yeah, I heard he was like an animal in Ring of Honor.
He was.
I didn't see a bunch of him in TNA. I did see that, like I said, Lockdown match. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge Samoa Joe guy. Maybe because I just didn't follow him before WWE.
He's oh boy, I hope he gets the opportunity to really shine on the main roster.
He's supposed to be back soon, isn't he?
Who knows anymore?
Yeah.
I take everything with a grain of salt now.
I think he's a pretty good announcer, though.
Samoa Joe is an excellent ring announcer. Yeah, and I'm sure they're trying to convince him to stick to that role because he has really shined in that role there. Okay, so we have the vote for DX's Break It Down, Samoa Joe, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, and for the Gorilla of Destiny's Guerrilla Tactics. So we have a New Japan tag team here, the Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa.
I don't think I'm familiar with their song, though.
No, it works for them. They've got a really cool entrance.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, they have like these helmets on that kind of look like Iron Man.
Yeah, I've seen the helmets and stuff. I've never like paid attention. They just didn't pay attention to that theme song. You know? It's just like background filler to me.
Yeah, no, they have a cool song. Pretty cool song. Okay, who do we have next, Sarah?
Jesse Hernandez of Urban Aztec votes for Rock's Do You Smell What the Rock Is Cookin', DX's Break It Down, Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and the New Age Outlaws' Oh You Didn't Know.
Jesse Hernandez from Urban Aztec giving us a vote for DX's Break It Down, a vote for the Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, and now we have a vote for The Rock's theme song. I assume Do You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking?
Yeah, I mean,
another one. You know, another person like The Undertaker who has had so many variations to his theme song that I guess we can all lump them together.
The Rock's song is probably there because of who he is.
Sure.
It's The Rock. Just like, one of my songs, I haven't heard one of mine in there yet. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of surprised, actually.
Okay.
But, yeah, so it's just it's because of who it is. And who sang the song of This Guy's on Mine. So The Rock's there because it's The Rock. Mm-hmm. Probably a personal favorite of that person.
Okay.
As far as talent.
And then we have a vote for the New Age Outlaws. Oh, you didn't know?
That's another great song. Man, there's a lot of them.
I know. The anthems of the Attitude Era have certainly lasted the test of time. Some great music to come out of that time period right there. Okay, Sarah, who do we have next?
Next up is the Mount Rushmore from the Great Haru, with the Funk Brothers Spinning Toehold, Rock and Roll Express, Rock and Roll is King, Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy, and Sandman's Enter Sandman.
Okay, the Great Haru giving us a vote for the Funk Brothers Spinning Toehold theme song that they used in the 80s in All Japan Pro Wrestling.
I'm not familiar with it.
We have a vote for the Rock and Roll Express's Rock and Roll is King. Here we go, some more 80s theme songs here. We have a vote for Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy. And here we go, another vote for the Sandman's Enter Sandman. Haru, who designed the iconic Sandman shirt, designed a lot of iconic t-shirts. And his opinion, we really value his opinion because he's been involved in the wrestling industry for decades. That entrance, the Sandman entrance, that's something that every wrestling fan really should experience live. Wouldn't you agree, Brian?
My God, yeah. We were lucky enough to experience it at least 2 or 3 times.
Absolutely.
In the ECW days. Nothing like... Can you imagine being at the ECW arena, though?
Oh,
like,
jeez.
And seeing that entrance, because he could have came around, ECW could have came around, 100 times a year.
Yeah.
Unless you were at that ECW arena, though, and really saw, like, the aura of it. And those guys coming out, that'd be something.
And I'm sure
anybody who got to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure the people that were attending the ECW shows at the arena every few weeks or so probably formed a bond with the wrestlers there and contributed a lot to the theme music. A song that doesn't wind up on this list. Shocked doesn't wind up on this list, and I'm shocked didn't make the cut from my list. Was when Rob Van Dam came out to Pantera's Walk.
Oh, God, yeah.
The whole arena singing the theme song. It was an incredible atmosphere to be in.
Do you think that... Alright, so... Do you think that goes on to the greatest entrances list?
Well... Yeah, it could be because the music riled up the fans. They loved seeing Rob Van Dam. He made sure to slap everybody's hand around ringside. I mean, they looped that song over and over just so, he could accommodate slapping all the fans' hands.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was it was a heck of a time to be a wrestling fan. And while we're on the topic of ECW theme music, I know we briefly talked about it on the ECW episode, but what about when Taz came out to War Machine?
Phenomenal. That was, dude, goosebumps when it came out to that, no?
In all different variations of the theme, too. I mean, I know Harry Slash, the ECW music producer, he did a variation of it. Well, hey, what about the ECW theme song?
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show, I mean, that's just as iconic as well.
Opening theme song, openers of old school SummerSlams.
Oh, Royal Rumbles.
Saturday Night's Main Event.
Absolutely.
That's probably one of my favorite songs
Yeah.
ever.
Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, I know for a brief time in the beginning of Saturday Night's Main Event, they were using the Phil Collins "Take Me Home" song.
Oh, really?
In the beginning, they were doing that, and then they switched over to the song that you're talking about, which, whew, that was an excellent song.
The old WrestleMania songs.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. And I mean, if you just want to talk about it, I mean, are there any songs on here that you were surprised didn't get more recognition, or any songs that you were surprised aren't mentioned at all?
Yeah, I mean, right. Four Horsemen, were they mentioned?
Four Horsemen was not mentioned.
They weren't mentioned.
No.
The Four Horsemen song, that's a great tune,
Sure.
man. With the
Yep.
horses in the beginning.
Yep.
And, Arn Anderson's song, where he came out, like, by himself. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was a great tune. Even though they're not on my list,
Yep.
But those are songs that I thought would be on somebody's list, especially the Four Horsemen song.
Sure.
You know what song I did like
Let's
in
hear it.
ECW? Simon Diamond's entrance.
Oh, Simon Says.
Simon Says, Drain
Yes.
STH.
Yes, and I'm glad you remember the name of
But yeah,
the group there.
that was a great song, man. If you go back and listen to that, it fit him. And he would come out with with Big Richard. And he'd
Big
say,
Richard.
"Oh, this is. I want you to meet Dick. Isn't my dick big?"
Oh boy. But as you know, I have a whole list here of songs that I'm surprised nobody mentioned. And I know we have a few more lists, but I mean, nobody mentioned the Rockers. Nobody mentioned the Ultimate Warrior. Nobody mentioned Mr. Perfect. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Another Rick Derringer theme, Demolition. That's not on here at all.
Wow. Yeah, I thought that definitely be in someone's list too.
How about The Man Called Sting?
Yeah.
No, not a fan of that one.
Not really.
A more modern one, the Shinsuke Nakamura song.
That's very catchy.
It is catchy.
Sami Zayn's is catchy too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
He's so annoying.
Yeah, he
I
has.
guess he's doing his job right?
Well, yeah, we certainly hit it.
That theme's pretty good.
And I'm surprised that we didn't get more votes for the Macho Man's theme song. I mean, just I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I'm a big Savage fan, but not many people, agree that should be up there.
Well,
No thoughts on that?
on what?
Exactly. Sarah, who do we have next?
The next list comes to us from Death by Lariat, with Jushin Thunder Liger's Ikari no Jushin, Jun Kasai's Devil by Kokobat, Atsushi Onita's Wild Thing, and Kane's original theme song.
Okay, Death by Lariat giving us 4 songs that have not been featured on here yet. We have the Jushin Thunder Liger theme song, which there's somebody who kept the same theme song essentially his entire career.
Really? Even in WCW?
No, not in WCW. You're right.
So I don't know it.
Well, the chorus is
I
Liger.
wasn't watching New Japan or Japanese wrestling back then. I don't know the man's song.
It's okay. It's all good. About the Crazy Monkey Jun Kasai's Devil by Kokobat. You familiar with Jun Kasai, deathmatch legend?
No.
No? Okay.
I thought that was a group.
What about Atsushi Onita? Do you know Atsushi Onita?
No, I have no idea.
Okay, well, Atsushi Onita, the founder of FMW, he came out to a variation of Wild Thing. I know you know the song Wild Thing, but this was a cover of Wild Thing.
On Major League.
Yes. And then last, we have Kane's original theme song.
I don't even know that I remember that.
Come on, that's gotta be Kane.
I know. Like, I know the song. Oh, alright. Okay. I just played it in my head.
You just played it.
Yep.
You kind of pulled a Kramer right there. Before we read the last list here, Brian, if you could have any theme song for yourself, what do you think it would be?
Huh. Tugboat.
Tugboat.
No. Yeah, Tugboat.
Tugboat. Okay. Well, I was thinking more of like a real song. You know, like I'll tell you mine. Like I came up with 4. I chose my 4 for the Mount Rushmore of theme songs that I personally would have.
Exactly. All right. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that's my list. Like I have my own.
Okay.
4.
Well, I came up with Black Sabbath's Into the Void. I thought I could be like a real trippy like a astronaut that comes out with like smoke and stuff, and I feel like that theme song would be great for.
But you play music to yourself when you walk in places.
Yeah, I do. So
like,
I kind of got a leg up here,
so
huh?
This question's kind of put me on the spot. I don't play songs in my head when I walk into places.
Well, that's your fault, not mine.
Like if I walk into a bakery, do I play Doughboy Fresh in my head?
No,
You know what I mean?
you play whatever songs in your head to fit your mood at the time. If you're thinking about, doughboys and donuts and stuff like that, okay, well then that fits your mood at the time.
Well, if I'm going to a bakery, I probably do, right?
Oh, okay, sure. The next song on my list.
So where do you go that you're playing Stone Cold song?
I'm just. Oh,
like
where would I
anywhere?
go?
Like the bank. If you go to the bank, and you're like, I'm gonna stun someone, get my money, and get the hell out.
Well, if they don't give me my money, I'm gonna stomp a mud hole in somebody. Leaf Hound, Freelance Fiend. Doesn't ring a bell to you, no?
Nope.
No. I'd want to drive a Camaro to the ring if I had those.
Drives a Camaro.
Yeah, good for them. Cold Sweat by Thin Lizzy. It's a song I love. It's got a great riff. I think that'd be wonderful. And one that I think would be most suitable for me, Clutch's Burning Beard, because I got a red beard.
You do that, right?
So, I mean, it might work, and it's high energy. It's not high energy like Owen Hart, but, high energy.
Gotcha.
Gets the pulse pounding. A song that wasn't mentioned that I know we both love was the Hollywood Blondes theme song.
That's on one of mine.
Oh, okay. Spoiler. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry, I stole your thunder there.
I don't care.
You wouldn't by any chance have Mr. Ass's theme song on there, would you?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I should. That was a good theme song, man. Come on. Like, I'm an ass man.
Hey, we were talking about songs fitting the character. That
Absolutely.
certainly fits the character. Okay, Sarah, would you please read the final list?
Our last submission this episode is from the Blue Lou, with The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, The Rock's Do You Smell What the Rock is Cooking, and John Cena's The Time Is Now.
Okay, the Blue Lou, he gives us a vote for The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. We have another vote for The Rock's theme song, and now we have a vote for John Cena's The Time Is Now.
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I like John Cena. I'm a John Cena guy, I give the guy credit. You know what I mean? You gotta give the guy credit.
Yeah.
But this song, man, maybe it's just played out. I don't know.
But that song is very recognizable, though.
It's very recognizable. But I liked his rap song.
Yeah, I did too.
The Thugonomics song, better than that one.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe it's because I like the character better. But,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go to the stats, Brian, I want to hear your list, or in this case, lists.
1 second.
Okay.
All right. So for my mainstream songs, like the songs that everyone's got on their list, and I think that belong there is NWO.
Yep.
Austin.
Yes.
Undertaker, and the one that no one really mentioned was Triple H.
Yes.
The game, man.
It's on mine.
Is it on yours?
Yeah, it's on mine. I couldn't not put that song on there.
Right.
It's iconic.
Motorhead.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah, man. Just good stuff. And in my own favorites.
Yes.
Is gonna go Hollywood Blondes.
Yep.
Sandman, just because of the presentation.
Absolutely.
I can't wait doing entrances. Akeem.
Yeah.
Jive Soul Bro,
Jive
man.
Soul Bro, there it is.
Jive Soul Bro, that what a great 80s theme to come out to. And the Fabulous Rougeau Brothers.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that.
Dude,
Yes.
All American Boys, come on.
Yes. Classic song.
What a great theme song.
We don't like heavy metal. We don't like rock and roll. All we like to listen to is Barry Manilow. Yeah,
All
that's...
American Boys.
it is good. It's a great song when you're with your buddies. You know, it's a good drinking song.
Oh, absolutely. You know, you just like carry some little American flags around and stop
Sure.
putting them in people's faces.
All right, so my list that I have here. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's classic.
Great.
It's an iconic song.
Love it.
Yeah.
Like, man, I had it in my regular Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
I had that one, and I had I-IIIII in my regular Mount Rushmore. And then Mike changed my mind.
Yeah.
Bastard. He got in my head. He got in my head, and I just like, you know what? He's right. Because it's got to be like, you know, money-making songs, you know, iconic songs that everyone knows and, you know, loves. But, man, these two should be on it.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
all my
Well,
favorites, though.
you certainly give a good argument. Okay, so my list, like I already said, Triple H, The Game, Motorhead, classic song, love it. I gotta go with Hulk Hogan's Real American. I remember having my old Fisher-Price record, or not record in this case. What do you call those things? Cassette players.
Oh, 8-tracks. No, you're not that.
But I remember carrying around my Fisher-Price cassette player and singing Real American. So that has to be on there for sentimental reasons. Stone Cold Steve Austin's Glass Shatters. Yeah, I'm a sucker for it. When you heard the glass, you knew that something big was going to happen.
There's going to be a can of whoop-ass being opened on somebody.
Absolutely. And with that said, the Road Warriors, Iron Man. I love Black Sabbath. I love the Road Warriors. I love that entrance. That's my personal one. But, Sarah, would you please hit us with the stats?
Our Mount Rushmore this episode is Steve Austin's Glass Shatters with 12 votes, Hulk Hogan's Real American with 9, The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony with 8, and Ric Flair's Also Sprach Zarathustra with 6. Our remaining submissions include DX's Break It Down with 4 votes, Shawn Michaels' Sexy Boy with 3, and the rest had just 2 votes each with The Fabulous Freebirds' Bad Street USA, NWO theme song, Sandman's Enter Sandman by Metallica, The Road Warriors' Iron Man by Black Sabbath, Mick Foley's Wreck, Chris Jericho's Break the Walls Down, Edge's Metalingus by Alter Bridge, and The Rock's Do You Smell What the Rock Is Cooking?
Okay, so yes, no real surprise there. We have Steve Austin's Glass Shatters, 12 votes. Hulk Hogan's Real American, 9 votes. The Undertaker's Graveyard Symphony, 8 votes. Ric Flair's theme song, 6 votes. That's our Mount Rushmore right there. Austin, Hogan, Taker, Flair. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah, right on. Hogan, like I said, I didn't love the song, but I see why it's on there. I mean, absolutely. Austin, obviously, you see why it's on there. Two guys that made their own errors, just like we had said in the WWE podcast, WWE, WWF, Mount Rushmore podcast.
Yes, the first episode.
The first episode. It's, yeah, I mean, you can't have the two guys that define the era not on there. Those songs are iconic. Flair's obviously speaks for itself. That's iconic. He's had it everywhere he's been, literally. And Undertaker's Big Dong.
Undertaker's Big Dong makes it on the Mount Rushmore.
It's iconic, man. I mean, definitely deserves to be there. So I agree with it. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I think
that's
that's
a couple of different ones, but yeah.
Sure.
It's agreeable.
Sure. You know, maybe Akeem will make another list. Maybe the Hollywood Blondes will make another list. Unfortunately, or the Rougeos. Unfortunately, the Rougeos didn't make this list.
Were those songs?
I know.
You know, if anybody out there doesn't know or are not familiar with those, just put yourself as a child. You know, 6, 7, 8 years old, 9 years old. Saturday night's main events on. You know, and those songs come on. That's your childhood. You love it. You know, and I can appreciate the Rougeau song now. I hated it back then.
Yeah.
Like, back then, it was probably the worst thing in the world to me.
Yeah, they were annoying to you.
Oh, they were very annoying.
Yep.
But now you can appreciate it, you know? Just like the Mountie song.
Absolutely.
Terrible song, but you can appreciate it.
We're not the Mounties. Hey, nobody mentioned the Big Boss Man's theme. That's... Huh.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
kind
well.
of like middle of the road.
Yeah. All right, well, guess we're going to end on that note. All right, then. So, with that said, Brian, do you have any final thoughts here?
No. I mean, think they got it right.
Yeah.
The people got it right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud to say that.
You know what I'm proud of?
What's that?
No one put Bret Hart on there.
No vote for Bret Hart.
That's so great.
Okay, so, for Brian.
All right, everybody. Have a good night till next time.
And for Sarah.
Toodles.
This is Ian from Squared Circle History saying, hey, wait a minute. We can't sign off yet. We haven't told people to like, share, and subscribe. Go like, share, and subscribe. Go on YouTube. Go on iTunes. Go on Spotify. Give us 5-star ratings. Give us everything. Let people know that we exist and get our name out there. Now, with that said, this is Ian from Squared Circle History saying good night.